Welcome to the another episode of r/Askreddit. For everyone making six figures, what do you do for work? Aircraft mechanic. I work as a machine mechanic, and my uncle's best friend works in aircraft. His schedule and on-call pay makes me super envious. Any advice on entering the field? You either have to go to school, or be lucky enough to be able to get a job with a company as a repairman. Either way you need the hours to test out. A lot of companies are starting to hire people that are still in school. People should be listing their age here as well. At least their work years. 90 years old, 1 month of work experience on of making 7 figures. Crane operator in the oil industry. Easiest job I've ever had. $3,000 to get your NCCO and $6,500 to get your CDL. I work 12-hour days, but only on the crane 1 to 1.5 hours a shift. The other 10.5 to 11 hours is spent sleeping, playing Xbox, watching movies, etc. Yeah, my dad is a crane operator too. 6 figures in his salary alone, but also gets $150 per diem, since he has to live in whichever city his crane is, and his crane is nowhere near his state of residency. There, I fixed it, y'all lol. Staff scientist at a national lab, but don't get too excited. You go to college for 9 years first, and lots of analysis shows the better money is taking an undergrad engineering job, getting paid sooner, and working up the corporate ladder. I basically get to chase down whatever cool ideas I want though, within reason. Shoot positrons through magnets to make x-rays? Let's do it. Can we make a better jet engine using redacted for compression blades? Here's $20 million. Go find out. Pharmacist. Username checks out. Retail almost took me out. Moved to managed care in 2016. Best decision. I've been retail for 18 years. I think at this point it's just the devil I know. Public librarian in California. I'm at the top of our salary scale for non-managers. Since I've been here. Current job. For 11 plus years. Gross salary is right around $100,000 plus full benefits and a pension. And I actually enjoy the work too. 100k as a librarian? Wow. In California. Factoring in coal, that's probably an appropriate salary given their experience. Make reports from databases, mostly. That and related analysis. Helping users use the software. Help design how well configure software. Test it, etc. Data analyst by any chance? Sounds like what the analysts at my company do, but they get paid significantly less than me, and I'm not even close to 6 figures. I own a house painting company, 20 to 30 hours a week of manual labor a week, and about 10 of office or paperwork, 2 employees. I like this answer. I always enjoy reading responses from business owners and a little snippet of how they operate. Structural steel fabrication. Company owner, 4 on the floor, 2 office admin, wife and daughter, and myself. Usually around 25 hours per week for me. All office. All 4 journeymen make $37 to $40 per hours. 80 hours per week. We do approximate $2.5 million per year. Edit. 40 hours per week. 80 hours full paper 2 week. Software developer. To answer another commenter's question, I usually work 30 to 40 hours a week. I don't make 100k, but I only work 10 to 20 hours a week, so there is that. I'm contracted for 40, it's just I finish the work very fast lol. You bill for 40 though, right? Like you get the work done ASAP, and then sit and commit at the end of each day, right? I'm a court reporter or stenographer in the US. OMG, I have always wanted to talk to a court reporter. Send me a message if you want to know more. I work in an industry where AI will soon be doing all of my work, and no one will care. They will still be entertained, and at some point you will not know the difference. Stunt performer. Hooper was my favorite movie as a child, and I thought I would grow up to be a guy running through glass while on fire for other people's amusement. You are appreciated. People will care. It's like fake explosions. There's no trick without the stakes. Work in the trades. Many of my buddies who are electricians, plumbers and HVAC all make 6+ figures with 0 student loan debt. Not too bad. Carpenter in Oregon and I make just over 100k. Foremans make about 120k. Making 6 figures from a company versus 6 figures for yourself is very different. For yourself, weekend quotes. call back to fix issues for past customers, overheads, no super, insurances, no chance of taking 4 weeks paid annual leave a year. UPS delivery driver. Excellent benefits, Teamsters Union. I knew a guy in college who drove for UPS and loved it for exactly those reasons. If he's still driving for them 15 years later, I'd bet he's doing well for himself. It's the kind of job that, once you get on full time, you don't leave it. Retention is very high. Yeah, it's physically demanding sometimes, and lots of driving, but it's a damn good job. I clean houses. During my days of dusting and clean rich people's toilets, I pull out my phone and tell people I make 6 figures. Do you have your own small cleaning business, or you work for a cleaning company? I'm a cloud infrastructure manager, but since no one knows what that is, I just say I'm a technical project manager. I'm 33 and I've been doing this for about 4 years. I started making a bit over $60,000 per year as a junior project manager, and I've had 2 promotions at this point. Currently work in the financial services sector in a Fortune 500 company. Completely remote. Work 40 hours a week except for the occasional weekend release. Let's just say I can make it rain. I sell propane and propane accessories. I tell you what, I switched careers and no longer make 6 figures. However, I used to make that about 9 years ago, self-publishing my own romance and erotica books. You made that much self-publishing? Why stop? I'm 26. I'm a stripper and substitute teacher. I make around $130,000 before taxes a year. Congratulations. You win this thread for the most unexpected job combo that still propelled you over $100,000. Well, I guess that's one way to keep the kids' attention. IT. While being a sewer clown is more lucrative than I'd have thought. We all get paid down here. I'm 7 figures in my currency, but 6 have converted to USD. I'm a non-techie in the tech industry, so basically a ton of meetings. Sometimes I scribble boxes and arrows. There's the guys at the top that make all the money. Then there's the guys at the bottom that do all the work. Then there's 37 layers of that have meetings about emails and then send emails about meetings. I'm second rung up in the 37 layers of not quite 6 figures, but we are getting there. Feel like this question gets asked all the time, and I think the better question these days is who's making $250,000 plus, and what are you doing? $100,000, depending where you are, is literally the new $50,000 to $60,000. I always wonder how people even survive and have a house, 2 cars, multiple kids and make anything less than $100,000. So damn expensive. $100,000 doesn't go very far these days. Edit. To answer the question. Tech sales. Single earner $100,000 is still decent. If dual income, then they are likely $150,000 to $200,000 household income. Electronic retail manager $300,000 plus. Worked my way up from stockroom at Old Navy in high school college. Highly recruited by other companies. Never used my degree. What the literal. I would have figured when you said, "Can I speak to your manager at Best Buy?" they'd bring you someone making $50,000 at most. Military. Not the greatest job in the world, and I sold myself to something I morally don't agree with, but I'm making just over 6 figures after taxes, and live comfortably with good benefits. Retire in another decade, so there's that too. Age 29. Officer, I assume. My spouse is an 01E. Pay difference is drastic from enlisted. Can't beat the tax benefits though. I'm a high school teacher in Central California. Edit to at, since a few people have asked, I teach at a public school. High school teacher in NC here. I make $40K a year. The starting salary in my district is around $60,000. I wonder how NC compares when you factor in cost of living and where that $40,000 is on the salary schedule. 6 figures is the new 5 figures. $100,000K is definitely the new $60K. I only make around $50K and that was my comfort goal when I started college years ago, lol. Now it just feels like it did when I was making $25K working retail as a teen. I'm in heavy construction. Class A driver or equipment operator. My CDL, commercial driver's license, got me in the door, and I slowly learned to operate everything from excavators to directional drills. I can give some advice to anyone interested in trying it out. The money is there if you're willing to try. The trick to succeeding in heavy construction is to be confident. Not necessarily outwardly, though it does help, but confident in yourself. Do not be intimidated by any tool or machine. Raise your hand and ask to learn every chance you get. You'll see a lot of miserable old 45-year-olds that have been swinging a shovel or broom for 25 years and complain all day about their situation. Don't be that guy. Treat this job as an education. Remember, the more you can do, the more you're worth. Keep your nose clean. Stay off the drugs and alcohol. Failing a drug test will ruin your reputation in the industry. Companies talk to each other, and showing up hungover every morning will affect your performance and cognitive function. You do not want that. Never ever get a superiority complex about your ankle position. Operators can help use the shovel or broom too. Don't ever be that guy sitting in his truck or excavator watching everyone else work. Be the stud that will hop out and help carry something when you're not operating. Even if it's just cleaning the interior of your rig while on standby, it shows that you're part of the team. Going union will always be your best bet, but it's not necessary at first. I've seen guys work their ass off at private companies for a couple years, work their way up to foreman, then jump into the union as a foreman. It would have taken 10x as long if they had done that within the union. Seniority slows things down. Go operators union. Laborers is good too, but operators make much more money. IBW is also great, especially on the West Coast. If you're not scared of electricity, try it out. Remember, this is a field that you can get into with a GED and no experience and make a damn good living, but you cannot slack. You'll pay your dues and endure some rough days. You'll go through some companies and meet some people, but eventually it will pay off. You'll meet the good people, find the good company, and be comfortable in your job. It's worth it. Federal government. My job isn't really hard, it's the you put up with. A lot of it is being clean. Clean criminal record. Clean financial record. Clean medical and fitness. Correct education boxes checked. Willing to grow where planted anywhere in the country every 2 to 3 years. People who read between the lines probably know exactly what I do. Hard to explain, but kind of like this. The work itself isn't hard, but the average person don't want to jump through all the hoops. I love being a federal employee. This shutdown is going to though SMH right before Christmas. The comment section is going to be mostly people from CA or some other coliseum. Same job got me 5 figures in Texas. I moved to CA, got 2x my TX salary, but I was saving way more money in TX and paying half the rent. I think concentration in co-locations is a real reason people think software engineers make more money. I lived way more luxuriously with a 5-figure salary in TX. This is such an important point. I make 6 figures in New York City and die a little inside when I see the lifestyle of my former colleagues in other cities. Would move in a millisecond if it wasn't for my husband's job keeping us here. High cost of living plus high taxes is so cruel. Mechanical engineering. What specific role and how much experience do you have? I'm a mechanical engineering with only a couple years of experience working in design, and I feel like I'm not making as much as I should be. Wondering if I should be considered other options, or if I just need more experience. Thank you.